Good evening to all civil service aspirants. Today we are having Jishnu J. Raju, All India rank 132 in this year's civil service examination. Since prelims examination is very near, and since Jishnu have a very good record in regarding qualifying prelims, and there have been a year in which, especially in 2016, he have got 175 marks in prelims, and also in the recent 2018 prelims when the paper was very difficult, he have scored around 127. So he will share his experience in regarding prelims or the strategy he have adopted in qualifying prelims for all of you. So Jishnu, so what? Unlike, there are many students, who find prelims examination to be a difficult to qualify this exam, but your record shows that if you follow a particular strategy, you can qualify prelims as well as other mains, and you can score well in interview also. But today, since June 2nd is prelims, and it's hardly a few more days back, means just 40 plus days is there. Can you share your strategy as well as your experience in what you have adopted and what you have done in the civil service examination, prelims examination?
So, I believe my strength is my wide source of reading. So, basically, since my first attempt itself, I made the point that for prelims, you have to focus on wide reading. Wide reading means that you should not go for depth, but you have to just increase the number of sources and make it a point that you read whatever you can that is relevant to the syllabus. So that was one biggest advantage I made, like biggest point, biggest action plan I made, and since my first attempt. So in my first attempt, I actually scored around 105 only, but that was time when paper 2 was considered for ranking, so I qualified that. But then I realized that everyone is reading all these same materials as I am reading. So why are people not scoring as much as me, or is a possibility to score more? So I just made a small change to my strategy, that is to focus more on test series. So I made it a point that I won't be limiting myself to a particular institute test series, but I focused on whatever test series is available in the market. So you can get a lot of test series from online sites and all. So I made a point that I practice a test, at least one test per day. So I made like 30 minutes I will study something, then 20 minutes I will do a test, 20 minutes I do a question, some questions from test series. Then again 30 minutes I will study again, 20 minutes for test, for the doing questions and all. So I made a point that I will be doing at least one test a day. So that just helped me leapfrog my prelim score. So since then, after my first attempt, I scored like 144 in my second attempt, 175 as sir said in my third attempt. So even now, actually, I am working in Reserve Bank of India, so I do not have much time to study for these prelims. But still, then I just made a point that I will do some test series and go. I did not revise a single thing for this year's prelims, but still I managed to crack the examination. So I think, sir, doing test series is an important thing for prelims. Just don't limit yourself to a particular test series alone. But while doing test series itself, make it a point that you do maximum number of questions. So I was doing like 100 questions in test series, because see, I believe everyone knows some questions, like around 50-60 questions everyone will answer. But then what is, how can you make yourself different from others? So the strategy I follow is that I will do all questions in test series, so that I will try to create a mindset or a logical thought flow to answer even the questions which I don't know. So that comes with practice only. So that those kind of logics or those kinds of thought process you have to develop by doing a test series. So that also helped in cracking the prelim system also. Then third, I would say is analyzing the previous year questions. So it's not about getting the questions repeated, but we will understand how the UPSC question makers are framing the questions. For example, there have been cases when the same questions and same options have been repeated, but that is a rarity. But again, we can identify the main areas, especially in economics and polity. We can identify the main areas from where the questions can be asked. So that also helped in my prelim strategy. So I believe these three things: widening a source, second is doing maximum number of test series, and third is analyzing your previous question papers. That can help you in the prelims.
And on that particular day of your prelims exam, okay, what method you have followed in attempting the questions? Okay, how you have attempted the questions? How much time you used to take to read a particular question? And how you identify that a particular question paper is difficult or moderate or like that? What was your strategy there?
So I will tell you a story of my friend, sir. So he in his first attempt he answered only 50 questions, 55 maybe. So he believed that he will get all the answers questions correct. So he was expecting some 110 marks and thus qualify the prelims, but that didn't happen. So next year he changed the strategy. He made the point that he will answer all questions. So that again he didn't work out. So he didn't qualify that prelims also. So my strategy is completely different. So I gauge my question paper. So there are 3 rounds of attempting I do. So in the first round I answer questions where I am like 90% sure, 100% sure. So I will count those number of attempts. Like when I scored 175, it was around 55. When I scored like this time 127 marks, I was around 40, 45. So based on that, you have to gauge the toughness of the question paper. For example, if it is more than 50, the question paper is relatively easy. So you can expect the cutoff to be around 110, 115, 120 and all. So make it a point that you answer at least 85, 90 questions. Whereas if it is like around 40, 45 questions in the first round, maybe the cutoff will be around 100, maximum 105 marks. So don't risk yourself by overdoing it. So such kind of strategies you have to develop on your own, like based on your comfort level, based on your knowledge level and all. That can be tried out in the test series itself. When you are doing a mock test series and all, try to analyze your performance with your fellow aspirants and gauge the question paper's toughness. And based on that, my strategy was like more than 50 it is easy, and less than 50 is comparatively tougher one.
Okay, so I think this is a very valuable advice from Jishnu Raju in the sense that, okay, you yourself, if you are well prepared, you yourself can gauge the how this particular paper is. Like if it is a difficult paper, in 2016 it was relatively an easy paper. He could able to attempt in the first round itself around 55 questions. And the same thing when in 2018 prelims, when it was a difficult paper, he could only attempt in the first round around 40-45 questions. So similarly, if a well prepared candidate, when you go for the first round of reading and attempting the question, you will get to know that how difficult the paper is, and based on that you can increase the number of questions. Okay. In short, what he was trying to do is that an aspirant have to attempt around 20, 25, 30, depending upon the difficulty of the paper, unknown questions, and you have to make it correct. For that, practicing test series paper as well as knowing previous year questions and its pattern have helped him a lot. And that's the right strategy you should also to be followed in the coming days. Practice maximum questions, look into the previous year question to know the pattern, how UPSC traps you, etc. So basically today's session, we are not going into other. Jishnu will be back and he will definitely interact with you regarding the main strategy and all those things. Since prelims is very near, we decided we will cut short today's session basically only for those students who are going to prepare for this year prelims, and as well as the future candidates, the strategy you have to follow in regarding the prelims preparation. And any final advice for those students who are going to give prelims?
For prelims, I would say just be confident. Believe yourself that you have done enough, but getting tensed or being inconfident does not help you anywhere. So be confident that you can clear the prelims, and be bold. That is one biggest advice I will give you. Be bold in attempting. Don't be shy in giving more attempts, especially in prelims. So be bold and express yourself there.
Okay, thank you, Jishnu, for coming here and sharing your experience.